Meanwhile, Elon Musk is keeping his word, announcing that he's forming a new political party. So Musk threatened to create the America Party if President Trump signed his signature domestic policy bill into law. Musk says that the new law will bankrupt the country with wasteful spending. Budget experts predict that it will add trillions to the deficit over the next 10 years.
As stirring in American politics, Elon Musk, the billionaire entrepreneur behind Tesla, SpaceX, and XAI, has ignited a firestorm of speculation about his political ambitions. In a series of posts on his social media platform X in early July 2025, Musk hinted at the formation of a new political organization, tentatively dubbed the America Party. His comments came in response to a controversial tax and spending bill signed into law by President Donald Trump, which Musk criticized as fiscally irresponsible and a betrayal of public trust. The current system prioritizes waste and entrenched interests over the American people. Musk wrote on X, "If this continues, we need a new path forward." While Musk has not formally announced the creation of a political party, his provocative rhetoric and symbolic actions have fueled discussions about whether he intends to challenge the entrenched two-party system. As of July 8, 2025, no official filings with the Federal Election Commission (FEC) confirm the establishment of an America Party directly tied to Musk, but his public engagement suggests he is seriously exploring the idea. A fractured alliance with Trump-Musk's flirtation with a new political movement marks a shift from his earlier alignment with President Trump. In 2024, Musk was a high-profile supporter of Trump's re-election campaign, reportedly contributing $250 million to pro-Trump super PACs. He appeared alongside Trump at campaign events, including a rally in Butler, Pennsylvania, where he was hailed as a patriot and innovator. Musk also took on a temporary advisory role in the Department of Government Efficiency, DOGE, a Trump administration initiative inspired by Musk's love for meme culture and cryptocurrency. DOGE aimed to streamline federal operations by reducing bureaucratic waste, eliminating redundant programs, and accelerating digital reforms. Behind the scenes, however, tensions reportedly simmered. Sources familiar with the administration suggest Musk grew disillusioned with Trump's legislative priorities, particularly the recent tax and spending bill, which critics estimate could add $5 to $10 trillion to the national debt over the next decade. Musk's public criticisms on X, where he called the bill unconscionable and accused lawmakers of bankrupting future generations, signal a divergence from his former ally. While no direct evidence confirms a complete rupture, Musk's rhetoric suggests a growing skepticism about the Republican Party's commitment to fiscal responsibility. Musk's experience with DOGE may have further shaped his views. The initiative, which ended in early 2025, faced resistance from career bureaucrats and lawmakers wary of its aggressive cost-cutting proposals. While Musk touted DOGE's potential to bring Silicon Valley efficiency to government, its limited authority and short lifespan constrained its impact. This frustration, coupled with the passage of the spending bill, appears to have prompted Musk to consider a more independent political path. The spark of an idea, Musk's musings about a new political movement, began with a post on X in April 2025. "If this insane spending bill passes," he wrote, "I may have to start a political organization called the America Party." At the time, many dismissed the comment as typical Musk bluster, given the formidable barriers to launching a third party in the U.S. Forming a political party requires navigating a labyrinth of state-specific ballot access laws, building a grassroots organization, and securing funding, all while competing against the well-funded Democratic and Republican machines. Yet Musk's recent actions suggest he is testing the waters. On July 8, 2025, he updated his X profile with a logo featuring a stylized eagle and the phrase "Reclaim the Republic." In subsequent posts, he engaged with followers, soliciting ideas for a potential platform focused on fiscal discipline, government efficiency, and individual liberty. "What would a party that truly serves the people look like?" he asked, prompting thousands of replies, ranging from policy suggestions to memes. While these interactions do not constitute a formal party, they indicate Musk's intent to harness his online influence to shape political discourse. The FEC's database shows several filings with names like America Party or Party of X, but none have been conclusively linked to Musk. Some entries list dubious contact details, such as "went snowboarding at yahoo.com," suggesting they may be satirical or opportunistic. Until Musk or his affiliates file official paperwork, the America Party remains a concept rather than a legal entity. Trump's reaction and political context. President Trump, when asked about Musk's potential political plans during a press conference in Washington, dismissed the idea of a third party. "Elon's a brilliant guy, but third parties don't work in this country," Trump said. "The Republican Party is stronger than ever. We don't need to split the vote." Trump's remarks reflect the historical reality that third parties rarely succeed in the U.S. due to its winner-takes-all electoral system, which favors two dominant parties. Trump's response also underscores the potential risks for Republicans if Musk pursues his vision. A third party backed by Musk's wealth and influence could siphon votes from GOP candidates, particularly in competitive midterm races in 2026. In 2024, Musk's financial support bolstered Republican victories. A shift in his resources could disrupt the party's strategy. The broader political context adds complexity to Musk's ambitions. Public trust in both major parties has eroded, with polls showing nearly 60% of Americans favoring the idea of a viable third party. Younger voters and independents, in particular, express frustration with partisan gridlock and perceived corruption. Musk's outsider status and tech-driven persona could resonate with these groups, but translating discontent into a cohesive movement requires more than rhetoric. The third-party challenge. The history of third parties in the U.S. is a cautionary tale. From Ross Perot's Reform Party in the 1990s, which garnered 19% of the presidential vote in 1992 but failed to win electoral votes, to Ralph Nader's Green Party and Andrew Yang's Forward Party, alternative movements often struggle to sustain momentum. Structural barriers, such as ballot access requirements and the Electoral College, disadvantage third parties, while voter loyalty to the two major parties limits their appeal. Musk, however, is not an ordinary political upstart. His estimated net worth of over $400 billion gives him unparalleled financial resources to fund campaigns, hire staff, and navigate legal hurdles. His ownership of X, with its millions of active users, provides a direct channel to mobilize supporters and bypass traditional media gatekeepers. In 2024, Musk demonstrated his political influence by amplifying pro-Republican content on X and funding super PACs. A similar effort for a new party could reshape electoral dynamics. Yet building a third party requires more than money and media. Musk would need to recruit credible candidates, establish state-level organizations, and articulate a policy platform that appeals beyond his core supporters. His X posts suggest a focus on reducing government waste, promoting transparency, and protecting free speech, but these ideas lack the specificity needed to form a governing coalition. Additionally, Musk's polarizing public image, admired by some as a visionary, derided by others as erratic, could limit his ability to build broad support. Risks to Musk's empire. Musk's political venture could have ripple effects on his business interests. Tesla's stock reportedly dipped 5% following his recent X posts about the spending bill, as investors worried about potential backlash or distractions from his CEO duties. Tesla relies on federal incentives for electric vehicles, and any perception of political antagonism could jeopardize those benefits. SpaceX, meanwhile, depends heavily on contracts with NASA and the Department of Defense, which could come under scrutiny if Musk's actions strain government relations. Corporate governance is another concern. Tesla and SpaceX board members may pressure Musk to prioritize business over politics, especially given his history of juggling multiple high-stakes roles. On CNN's State of the Union, Treasury Secretary Scott Bessent, a former critic of Doge, suggested Musk's political foray could backfire. His ideas about efficiency resonate, but Elon himself is divisive, Bessent said. Most CEOs avoid national politics because it alienates customers and partners. Public sentiment adds another layer of complexity. While Musk enjoys a loyal following on X, national polls indicate his favorability hovers around 40%, with many Americans viewing him as out of touch with everyday concerns. A third party tied to his persona risks being seen as a billionaire's vanity project, rather than a grassroots movement. Is the America Party viable? As of July 8, 2025, the America Party exists only as an idea floated on X. Musk's lack of formal action, such as filing FEC paperwork or announcing a leadership team, raises questions about his commitment. However, his history of defying expectations suggests he should not be underestimated. From launching SpaceX to acquiring X, Musk has a track record of turning audacious ideas into reality, often through sheer persistence and resourcefulness. Musk has hinted at repurposing his America PAC, previously used to support Republican candidates, to fund political efforts aligned with his vision. The PAC, which spent heavily in 2024, could serve as a financial vehicle for a new party, but no official statements confirm this. Musk's emphasis on digital-first organizing, using X to crowdsource ideas and build a platform, sets his approach apart from traditional party building, which relies on physical infrastructure and local networks. This strategy could appeal to tech-savvy voters, but risks alienating those less active online. Whether Musk intends to run for office himself is speculative. As a naturalized citizen born in South Africa, he is constitutionally ineligible to run for president, but he could seek other roles or act as a kingmaker by endorsing candidates. His X activity suggests the latter, with plans to support primary challengers in 2026 against lawmakers who backed the spending bill. Public and cultural reactions. Musk's hints at a new party have sparked diverse reactions. On X, his supporters have embraced the idea, with hashtags like Jurichon America Party and Reclaim the Republic trending briefly in July 2025. Many praised his willingness to challenge the status quo, with one user writing, "Elon's the only one bold enough to call out the system's failures." Critics, however, accuse him of grandstanding, with some labeling the idea a distraction from his business responsibilities. Mainstream media has approached the story cautiously, noting the lack of concrete developments. Outlets like the New York Times and Bloomberg have framed Musk's comments as part of his broader influence on American politics, while opinion pieces debate whether his wealth distorts democratic processes. Late-night comedians have seized on the eagle logo, with Stephen Colbert joking, "Is it a party or a cryptocurrency mascot?" The cultural divide over Musk reflects broader tensions in American society. His appeal to libertarians and tech enthusiasts contrasts with skepticism from progressives and traditional conservatives. A third party would need to bridge these divides to gain traction, a challenge Musk's polarizing persona may exacerbate. A shifting political landscape, Musk's recent rhetoric marks a departure from his May 2025 statement that he would spend a lot less on politics to focus on his businesses and long-term goals, such as advancing AI through XAI and colonizing Mars via SpaceX. His re-engagement with politics, driven by frustration with federal spending, suggests he sees himself as a disruptor capable of reshaping the system. The timing of his comments aligns with a moment of political flux. The Republican Party's dominance after the 2024 elections has not quelled internal debates over fiscal policy, while Democrats struggled to rebuild after electoral losses. Musk's critique of both parties as complicit in government waste taps into a sentiment shared by many Americans, but turning that into a movement requires sustained effort. A movement or a moment? Whether Musk's vision for the America Party evolves into a lasting force or fizzles as a provocative tweet depends on his next steps. His wealth, influence make him a formidable player, capable of funding candidates and amplifying his message through X. Yet the structural and cultural barriers to third parties, combined with Musk's divisive reputation, pose formidable challenges. To succeed, the America Party would need a clear policy agenda, credible leadership, and a grassroots base that extends beyond Musk's online echo chamber. For now, it remains a concept, an idea that captures the frustration of a polarized era, but lacks the infrastructure to challenge the system it critiques. Conclusion: Elon Musk's hints at a new political movement have thrust him into the center of American politics, raising questions about the limits of wealth, influence, and disruption in a democratic system. As of July 8, 2025, the America Party is more vision than reality, but Musk's history suggests it could yet evolve. Whether it becomes a transformative movement or a fleeting provocation, Musk's actions underscore his unwillingness to stay on the sidelines. As the 2026 midterms approach, both parties and the American public will be watching his every move closely.